Donald Trump told Americans that sending taxpayer money overseas is dangerous, wasteful, corrupt, unacceptable, and he will be America first. And we have learned that the Trump administration is now getting ready to send your money overseas for one purpose, which is spreading MAGA around the world. A report from the Financial Times and Reuters finds that the Trump administration has found a bunch of MAGA-aligned initiatives in Europe and elsewhere, and they are going to be sending them some beautiful grants. One would send $2 million to counter censorship by the European Union's tech regulators. Reuters has not independently verified every element of the Financial Times report, but they cite a State Department notice sent to members of Congress. And this is, look at what America First has become. Trump and Elon Musk spend months portraying regular foreign aid as one of the greatest scams in government. They shut down USAID. They say taxpayers are being robbed for social projects in other countries. And so they froze all of it, dismantled agencies. So many people lost their jobs. And there were really good humanitarian operations, which were just, they provided food, medicine. They helped prevent disease around the world, thrown into chaos. And they had a very simple argument, which is, why would the U.S. spend American money trying to influence what happens in other countries? We're America first. Let's get out of that business. Except we knew all along it was just about what they are paying for in other countries. And now Trump does want to spend American money in other countries as long as it helps his political movement. And they have found these MAGA groups that he believes help his movement. It's not isolationism. It is foreign intervention of a sort. And there's a really important distinction to make. Foreign assistance can serve legitimate American interests. Like, for example, if you support independent journalism in authoritarian governments overseas, and you support election monitoring and fighting infectious disease and providing emergency food, you can stabilize the planet, save lives, and it's better for the United States in the long term. Reasonable people can debate which programs work, how much should they cost, should they be supervised more closely or whatever. But using taxpayer money in those ways is arguably good for everybody in the United States. Using taxpayer money to advance Trump's partisan political movement abroad is completely different. And MAGA sees itself, it's terrifying, but they see themselves as an international movement more and more. And Trump allies have built relationships with nationalist parties in Europe. They promote a lot of the same hostility to immigrants and attacking the press, opposition to international institutions, saying that political opposition is like censoring me and this sort of stuff. And now the Trump administration wants American taxpayers to finance that. Once this starts, where the hell does it end? Will grants go to organizations campaigning against governments Trump dislikes? Will the money go to media outlets that are aligned with the candidates Trump supports in other countries? The answer is almost certainly yes. Now, in a sane world, before a single damn dollar was sent to this trash, we would have answers to all of these questions. We would have accountability. Imagine if the shoe were on the other foot for a second. If a Democratic president used the State Department to fund progressive ideological groups across Europe, Republicans would be saying it's election interference. The president is using tax money to build a international political machine, and they would be right to object, because I think American foreign assistance should advance broad national interests. It can't be a slush fund for the president's political brand. So go back to the promises. Trump's first promise was America first. What he's building is MAGA everywhere, paid for by you and me. And it's disgusting. It has to be stopped. Is it illegal? You know, as is often the case with this stuff, it's probably not illegal. And we had, the founding fathers accounted for a lot of possibilities, but they never really accounted for someone like Trump getting into power for a decade. And it seems as though it may be legal, although disgusting, and a complete misuse of taxpayer money. We've got to get him out. On the bonus show today, I'm going to tell you about what I'll be up to the next couple days. I think you will find it very interesting. And some of you may find it titillating, I would even say. Get instant access to the bonus show at joinpakman.com and a limited number of signed copies of my new book, Pay Attention, are available now at davidpakman.com/attention. Whether you get the signed copy, the not signed copy, the audiobook, the Kindle, any version, you can email your receipt to info@davidpakman.com and say, David, put me in the raffle. What's the raffle for? The raffle is for this specific. This is the first copy. This is a numbered copy, the first ever copy printed of the book, and the first copy of my first book, The Echo Machine. One person who enters the raffle will get both of these books together, sort of care package, VIP care package. I'll dedicate it to you. All you need to do is pre-order any version of Pay Attention and send your receipt to info@davidpakman.com. Bonus show today, high stakes stuff that I will tell you about.